Finals MVP award. Steph has won 3 titles and 2 regular season MVPs, but has always fallen short in his quest to be named at Finals MVP. Kawhi Leonard has the second best odds and won the award in 2014. He's been on fire in the playoffs, averaging about 31 points, 9 rebounds a game. So Shannon, good question here. Who you got?
I'm going to take Steph because I got them to win the series, Skip. And I don't believe they can win, especially I don't believe KD's coming back without Steph Curry being great. Steph Curry's going to have to be Portland Steph Curry, Game 6 Steph Curry against Houston. That's the kind of Steph Curry that they're going to need to have. They can't be dilly-dallying around now. Toronto's here for a reason. This is not an accident. It's not like they hit a game, like one game, Game 7 was it, and they hit the buzzer beater to beat Philly. And the last game was against Milwaukee just happened. No, that was over 7 games, so there's no luck involved here. If you beat someone 4 times, you're just a better team. They beat Milwaukee, who had the best record in the NBA. They were just a better team at that point in time. So the Warriors can't dilly-dally around with this team because this team believes they belong here now.
Right.
So, but I still believe that Steph needs this. He really does. Skip, like I said, he's so accomplished. But it's going to be hard to look past. You're a 2-time league MVP. You are 4 times champ. And you got no Finals MVP?
No Finals.
Not even one?
No.
Okay, I ain't saying you got to win them all. Everybody can't be Jordan. Everybody can't be LeBron. You know.
Well, wait a second. You just put the wrong guy in the wrong sentence.
All I'm saying.
You should have stopped. You were doing good.
Skip, what I'm saying is.
Everybody can't be Jordan. Period. End of story.
Hold on. The reason why I said because Steph has already lost. So, but that means I'm saying that when you win, Jordan, every time they won, Jordan was the Finals MVP. Every time LeBron teams won, he was the Finals MVP. I'm saying, Steph, you don't have to do that, but you got to sneak one of those things in there.
You do.
So if he can do that, Skip, his place, and when it's all said and done, how you keep him out of the top 10? Because he's only 31 years of age. It's not like he's retiring tomorrow. He has a lot left on his plate that he can eat.
True.
So it's going to be.
Although we're getting up there in his career, we're starting to.
He didn't get too old to shoot. His daddy was shooting at 40.
No, his daddy could probably shoot right now.
There you
so
go.
it's going to be, and plus it's going to be interesting to see how they guard him. I'm thinking maybe Danny Green starts on him because he's probably one of their better guard defenders. And I'll put Kyle Lowry on Klay. If Klay want to post up, have at it. That's not really Klay's game. But I don't want to have Kyle Lowry trying to keep up with Steph Curry. Put Danny Green, who is a better defender, and we'll play it like that. Who knows? They might put Kyle Lowry on Draymond, since Draymond is not the post player, but he's gonna get his buckets. So I'm going Steph,
and I'm going. I sure hope you're right. I'm going, I hope anybody on Golden State wins just so that guy on the other team does not win.
Come on, Skip, don't be like that.
That would be my all-time
Why would that hurt?
Worst nightmare. Because that would mean they had won the series and he would have been the reason they won the series, right?
But Skip, everybody knows the reason why you don't want that to happen, so you might as well just sit back, relax, have a glass of tea.
Embrace it, yeah.
Yes!
I would despise it with every ounce of my being, every fiber of my being.
I'm gonna have to start rooting for Toronto then.
If Kevon Looney wins MVP, I'm good. I'm okay.
Look here, Kevon Looney better not win anything.
Sean Livingston, I'm good. You got it. You know, go ahead.
Skip.
Quinn Cook, I'm good with Quinn Cook. You can have Quinn Cook.
So let's just say, for the sake of argument, Toronto win the series, and if Siakam or Kyle Lowry.
That, but you know and I know that's probably not going to happen. If they win the series, it's probably going to be that guy.
He's going to be that guy.
Probably going to be. So now for my pick, and I'm going to go a little bit off target here. When I made my pick on who's going to win this series, I told you I struggled with it because I do respect defensively Toronto. I do respect that they do have the home court advantage here because they had one game better record, because we didn't even bring this up in the first topic, but they beat this team twice in the regular season.
Right.
It was early. It was November and December. No big deal, but they did it. And they know in their psyches, we beat them twice. And one time they beat them without number 2. Right?
Yeah.
And one time they overcame the 50, what was it, 51
51 from KD.
And number 2 had 37, and they won in overtime. No thanks to number 2, who didn't do anything in overtime.
Whatever, Skip.
Okay, whatever.
Did he have 31?
Siakam took over in overtime. Siakam's pretty good. Siakam might be able to steal that MVP. I don't know.
Did you see when they tried to make that backdoor pass on him? And Kawhi just stuck that head at him.
He's good at that. He's very good. He's
great at it.
He is supremely talented. But the reason I said Golden State is going to take 7 games for them to win it.
Okay.
I still don't trust Steph on this stage. I never have, because he hasn't given me any real reason to trust him. I can show you again, and I love him as a player. I told you I loved him going into that draft. I said take him over Blake Griffin, and it turned out right. But look at his numbers, regular versus post. Look at them. They're all down a little bit. Not dramatically, not drastically, but a little bit.
Except scoring.
Okay, no, they're down a little bit, all the way. I'm talking about career playoff numbers. Regular post, they're just down a little bit because he hasn't quite lived up in the postseason to 2-time MVP.
Right.
And yet, this stretch we just saw, fourth quarter game 5, all of game 6, second half of game 6, because he went blank. He got blanked in the first half. And then against Portland, it's the best stretch of his career. Never seen anything like it. Never seen him better. He was like, did you ever see the Globetrotters?
Yeah.
Okay. So to me, he was like Meadowlark Lemon comes to life as an NBA player. He's clowning Portland.
Yeah.
It's all a lot of whipped cream shots. He's just having fun. He's making fun of them with shots high up off the glass. That's how good he was.
Yeah.
And obviously, he was extraordinary when it really mattered.
Right.
Okay. I can't get out of my craw because it's stuck in my craw. What happened against your team back in, what year was that, when they came from?
2016.
2016, when they came from.
That was 3 years ago.
Okay, but do you realize how bad he was in games 5, 6, and 7?
Yes.
It should have been his show. It was his team. It was his time. He's a unanimous MVP, right?
Yes.
Unanimous. He dominated the league in the regular season.
He did.
Right? Remember, I gave you the stats the other day. He won the scoring title, and he led in steals. He led in PER.
50, 40, 90 that season.
Okay. He shot 46% from 3 that year. It's impossibly great. And then he gets to games 5, 6, and 7. And 2 of those 3 are in his house. And it was his house because you always say, KD got there, but it was still Steph's team, right?
Yeah, but I mean, with LeBron, but you know what LeBron did in game 6.
Well,
and you know what he and Kyrie did in game 5. And so you know once LeBron got you to game 7.
It was all at the expense of this little man who played even smaller than he appears to be. And it's true, because look at what he did. He shot, in those 3 games, he shot 37% from the floor. Horrendous, 36% from 3. For most mortals, that would be really good.
Good from 3.
But it's terrible for him. And then we get to look at these 3 games combined. The last 3 games, he's 6 of 20 from the field and 3 of 12 from 3. And look at the turnovers. He's 7 assists to 12 turnovers in those 3 games. It's horrendously bad. And then remember what happened in game 7? He goes 4 of 14 from 3, and then in the fourth quarter, he goes 1 of 5 from 3, 1 of 6 from the field.
We'll put that D on him.
Okay, well, good, but he's that guy. You've even been making the case this week that, hey, if he caps this off, he's a top 10 player, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, this was a bottom 10 job for a superstar.
Yeah, but he's come a long way since then. He learned from his mistakes.
Well, has he?
Yes.
Okay, I don't trust it, which leads me to my pick for MVP, and it's way off target.
You going Draymond.
I'm going 1 notch lower. I'm going with his partner in shooting
Klay?
crime. I'm going Klay. It just feels like it could be meant to be for Klay Thompson. I think it's going to be a roller coaster series. I think Claw might take Steph some. I do, because I've seen it before when San Antonio played these guys. He would take him in spurts.
We take the hot hand.
Okay.
And cool it off. That's what they call him, the cooler.
The cooler, new name for him. I didn't know that one.
Okay.
Whatever, who hot.
Okay. You're making my point. Who did you just say might start, in your humble estimation, on Klay tonight? Kyle Lowry? How tall is he? 6'1", maybe?
Yeah.
6'2"-ish, maybe? 6'1"?
Yeah.
Clay's 6'7".
Okay.
Okay, when he gets rolling, and we haven't really seen him get rolling, but when he gets going and gets a hot hand over a 2-week period, you better look out.
Yeah.
He once scored 37 points in the third quarter against Sacramento.
Yeah.
37 points?
He ain't getting 37 against this D.
Okay. And you know how many times he dribbled and was scoring 37? Like 4 times.
Yeah.
Like it's just all catch and shoot.
He's good as catch and shoot.
Okay. And in that game, in the third quarter, he goes 13 for 13 from the field and 9 of 9 from 3. That's how hot he can get. He can get hotter than even Steph can get.
No question.
Okay.
No question.
So what's his psyche right now, his mentality? He finally made an all-NBA defensive team, second team. He deserved to be first team in years past, but he finally made a second. But then what crushed him? He didn't even make all NBA overall, third team.
Yeah.
So that's 3 teams deep. The defense is 2 teams deep. Okay, so 3 teams deep. He didn't even make third team. And it's going to cost him X million, what's it, like $30 million, right? Okay.
He's not in line for a Supermax deal.
Okay, he still can make $90 million, which is
he can make 191.
Yeah, right. But
as opposed to the 221.
That's what I'm saying. But it's still really good.
Yeah. Sure.
But this just could be his moment because he's off radar a little bit. And if it's a roller coaster series, up and down, back and forth, like I think it will be, if he gets hot late, and let's just say I'm right, that it goes to Game 7, whoever the MVP is going to come out of Game 7, and I think it could be his night.
Okay. He's going to be cooking.
You think so?
I got a feeling he's going to be cooking.
Okay.
Him and Aisha, they've been in the kitchen.
Well,
they got a new dish.
A lot.
Yeah. Them pots and pans going to be brewing something, Skip.
Okay.
Yep.
Something's ready.
I need to see it.
Come on, Steph.
I need to see it.
I'd like to see it.
Although I would not.
Come on.
Although I would not be
mixed emotions.
You know what? No. I would like to see Steph win the MVP. But I don't know if I wanted to see it win it more than old Claw.
Yep.
Because to know what that would do to you and to give me an opportunity.
So this is about Skip. Oh.
I love it. I love seeing the pain. The pain that the number 2, I have to get me a Raptors jersey. And I'm going to get me a cornrow wig.
I've been waiting for that.
You know what? I might have to. If that happens,
you got to do nothing. You got to come to work.
I'd have to go to rehab. I don't even drink. I don't do any drugs. I'd have to go to number 2 rehab.
Well, guess what?
I would have to. My psyche would be. I just
want Ernestine to tell me where you at in rehab, and I'm gonna show up there with that Kawhi jersey and that cornrow wig.
Really?
No, that's not.
Oh, you got a cornrow wig?
Yep, I do.
Are you working on it?
Yeah,
you probably are. You probably are. Do you have enough to cornrow?
No, I ain't got enough to cornrow, Skip, but you know, I get that thing kicked to the side today. But anyway, it'll be out here to I tell you what, let Kawhi go ahead and do what he's supposed to do.
Well, here's the thing,
I think you
guys.
just changed your pick, right?
No.
No? Okay.
By the way,
I would like to see Steph. I would like to see Steph.
By the way, just to add on to my Klay discussion, you realize his odds are even lower than KD's to be MVP, and we don't even think KD's can play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, way to go.
Yeah, well,
but
KD,
hold on.
never know.
You know what that tells you? That just shows you how supremely talented and what they surmise of KD.
Well,
because we know he'd have been the overwhelming favorite if he had played.
Best player on the planet.
Whatever.
there you have it. Skip, sorry about this, but we do have more Kawhi to talk about. So now he claims he doesn't want to.
I don't know who that is.
You do know who
I don't know
that
who
guy
that is.
number 2.
I don't know
Do we
that
believe him? We'll discuss what he
Two-time
is
Finals
saying
MVP.
next.
Oh, that guy.
And I won't back down.